Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome to a new edition of Kingly Conversations, man. And we got another hot one for you today. But before we get into all of that, you know what time it is, man. Zoe's got some shout outs.
Hey, yo, I want to shout out to the whole team that's responsible for Allen's grass out here, all right? It's amazing, immaculate, not a blade out of place. You hear me? Y'all are dope.
Hey, man, this week, we're going to be talking about keep that same energy, player. Strap in. Let the Kings talk about it. All right, good people. Hey, welcome back, man, to another edition of Kingly Conversations, man. And as I am every single week, you know who it is. It's Allen.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Twine, a.k.a. Hey. Ask about my podcast. Yes, Lord.
Your friend, your mentor, Calvin D. Hill.
What it up? What it up? What up? What up? Hello, everyone, and welcome. We appreciate you tuning in. How y'all feeling today, gentlemen? Y'all good?
Yeah, man.
All right.
It's another day.
It's another day.
It's another day. Grass is green.
Perfectly lined.
Man, that grass is good out there,
So
man.
stupid.
It's
Why
an
you
illusion.
shout out the guy?
It's an illusion.
The whole team.
Oh, my God.
I was going to break
Let's
it down
move
to
on.
the chemical island and the island. I can't
Let's
talk.
move
Let's
on.
go.
Who topic? Y'all
Your topic.
It's your
No,
topic.
I didn't do. Is it
Keep
my
the
topic?
same energy,
Keep
player.
that same energy.
Yeah,
changed
this
it,
your-
remember?
Keep that same energy.
Support.
What
That's what
support?
it was
support. Yeah, it was support.
Okay. So, all right. So keep that same energy.
you don't even remember
a lot
that
of
stuff.
people take this as a negative expression or colloquialism in our culture. Keep that same energy. What I'm talking about is showing support. Now, I'm going to start off this way, and I'm sure Alan or Fonzo is going to try to take it somewhere different. Yeah, as always.
We going in direction. Hey, what direction we going, Calvin?
Well, how are we going to take it in a different direction?
I'm gonna try.
We're not
I'm gonna
taking
try.
nothing in a different
Look,
direction, man.
What direction we going?
I'm gonna try to keep it on the direction of being aware or think about how you show your support for others and how you want them to support you in any endeavor, no matter what it is. And you got a spouse. How do you want your spouse to support you? Or how do you want her to demonstrate it? So forth and so on. No matter who it is. So that's the kind of the realm we're in today.
Okay.
Now, the golden rule, the rainbow rule. Now, does that count for support? That's interesting. Whoever put that
I
in
put
there.
that down there.
Now, why you put that?
Because, a lot of times, so for those that are not aware, maybe it's not the same in other
Educate 'em.
countries. The golden rule is treat people the way you would want to be treated. And it's a good baseline because, some people in general, we have this sort of kind of baseline, I don't want you to punch me in the face. You don't want me to punch you in the face, that kind of stuff. I don't want you to treat me badly, so you shouldn't treat me badly. And so that's the golden rule. Treat people, do unto others the way you would like to be done unto.
That leaves a lot of doors open. But
It does leave a lot of doors open. And so I learned a long time the rainbow rule,
What's the rainbow rule?
which is do unto others the way they would like to be done unto. So when we're talking about that, and the reason I put it down when we talk about keep that same energy and support is you don't even know how a person needs to be supported unless you ask them. Like you have to okay, because some people even in because I'm around business people when I'm not at work anyway, and some people are like, oh, well, people's spouses should support. Well, what does that support look like?
Right. That's
Is it taking care of the stuff at the house so that this person can go out and work on the business? Or does this particular person need their spouse to be involved in the business? So that's why I put it down there, because if you don't know what that support needs to be if you didn't ask what that support needs to be.
Well, some people need to be clued in, bro.
And some people think you should just know. Like,
Yeah.
but we not clairvoyant out here in these streets.
You gotta be open in communication when it comes to that, because you are here wanting to be treated a certain way in regards to the rainbow rule, but they don't know. And they're not asking questions, and you're not telling them. So there has to be some kind of line of communication.
I like
so that things could get accomplished in regards to that. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. You absolutely got to be. You absolutely gotta ask.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, and you need to tell people what support for you looks like, because and maybe the multiple ways you can support, because maybe the type of support you're looking for, they can't provide it.
Right.
But they can support in other ways, right? Because especially if you're dealing with somebody, because prior to me being married, right, I intentionally tried to stay out of married folks' business, because I'm like, I ain't married. I also intentionally tried to stay out of because when I just go and come as I pleased, no matter where I was going. But I knew that they might not be able to do that. Mm-hmm. So, but I would just like, hey, I'm gonna stay out of it. And what I could have done since we're talking about asking, is ask, hey, does your wife let you go out the house?
I didn't know you was going that direction.
I know, right?
Do you have permission?
But so let me ask y'all this: to you, what does a supportive spouse look like? Or somebody, you're in a relationship with. What does that look like to you? What are some of the actions or things said or done to let you know that your spouse supports you?
Go ahead, Alan.
Your arms are bigger, sir. Your arms are bigger. You got it.
Well, first of all, let me say this. I don't expect anything in regards to support. But however, I do get a lot of support. So with that, that's a great question, man, because she does everything. She's very supportive of everything that I'm trying to accomplish. We actually have a like mindset. So in regards to support, it's just being there, being understanding, being open-minded, because especially with me, because it's a roller coaster sometimes emotionally for her. So like being able to understand some of the things I'm going through, or trying to understand and trying to help me work through it, is very supportive on the psychological and emotional side. I don't know how to really word it, bro. But she's very supportive and like showing me how to deal with children, just educating me, man, and making sure I'm good. That's how she supports me, just trying to make sure that I'm good.
I mean, for me, it's willingness. It's willingness to do things if I ask you to do it, or and I would say also, just in terms of support, understanding that once that the interior of our private place should be a safe environment for both of us. It should be a safe environment, because you're gonna get beat up all day by the world anyway. You shouldn't have to come home and get beat up too.
That's good.
And so just to provide that willingness and encouragement for whatever, because ultimately whatever I'm trying to do is really, we are trying to do this for the family. I just may be the person that's the face of this particular thing, and then you are going to be the face of these particular things. And I will be the person behind supporting at that point. But that's all. Willingness and willingness to support.
I got one more. I just thought of something while Alan was talking. In regards to being supportive, anytime we come up with an idea or something that we want to do, let's do it. Let's try it. Let's see where this thing go. Let's see where this thing goes, regardless of what it is, whether it's financial, educating and gain, or whether it's something for the children or something for ourselves. Let's try it. Let's go. Let's do this. So that's another way, as far as what's being supportive is, or what I've seen and experienced recently.
I have three in which I should have expressed this years ago. I have 3 roles that I categorize for support. Y'all know me. I put everything in a box. Lord help me. So I have cheerleaders, spectators, and participators. Cheerleaders are the people that just talk, hey, Calvin, you doing good.
Pat on the back.
Pat on the back. We here for you, yada, yada, yada. I appreciate that. That's actually in science. Yeah, that actually aligns with one of my love languages. That's important to me because you should know your love language so you can tell your partner, this is the way I feel loved, and that shows me my support. All right. The second one for the spectator, and I misquote her all the time because I wish I knew exactly what she said, but the president of NSU, she made a statement that support without cash is counterfeit. Support without cash is counterfeit. She was saying it because they were doing the fundraiser event, the battle of the band. You're right. The battle of the band and other things going on at NSU, and people say, "Oh, we love HBCUs. We support HBCUs." Well, her statement is true. You say you support HBCUs, but how much money do you give to HBCUs? How much do you participate in the games and the fundraisers and the events to spend your money to show your support for the HBCUs? How much do you really do? How much do you? Hey, I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to go in like this, but everybody say, "Oh, all black." But hey, where you spending your money? All right. Okay, I'm gonna get off of it. Keep that same energy.
No, don't get off of it.
What is an HBCU, Calvin?
A historically black college or university.
Why do they need to be historically black colleges, Calvin?
Well, that's where we have our. Matter of fact, we have Alan Shorter, one of the graduates of. Which my mom, dad, and my son graduated from Norfolk State University.
My parents graduated from there. My grandmother worked there.
Behold.
So
all right. So
just for people who maybe you live in the U.S. you don't know what an HBCU is, or maybe you live outside the U.S. and you don't know what an HBCU is. So an HBCU is, as Calvin said, a historically black college and university. But that name was given to them by the United States government. And it was for all of the colleges that were started during and after Reconstruction, which was after the Civil War, because black people were not allowed to go to the predominantly white universities that existed at the time. And so they had to create their own colleges so that they could be educated. And those universities still exist today. There's about 107 of them left. That's why so they're called HBCUs collectively, even though some of them actually have hardly any black people going to them.
That's funny.
I mean, that's their designation from the federal government as an historically black college and university, even though they might be at this point 60 or 70% non-black. We just have one here that is still predominantly black, but there are a few that. You walk around on campus, it's like, this is HBCU?
Right. Where are the black people at?
But it is.
Yeah, man. All right. So, anyway.
So, we talked about spousal support. Let's talk about support in regards of family, business, because there's a lot of different ways
there is.
You can support. You know what I mean?
All right. So
which one are we going to start with? Business, or are we going to talk about like outside of immediate family? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has a circle.
To me,
just in general.
Let me hit that one. Because we have friends that have businesses and stuff like that. To me, your support, again, goes along with the president said of NSU, say your cash. If Alan has a business and I don't buy a hat, shirt, or something from him, do I support him? To me, I should purchase something from him to show a hat, or a shirt,
a cup, a phone case,
something from. At some point in time, I have to go to soulfireclothing.com, purchase a hat, shirt, cup. I have to purchase something on that website to show my support for Alan Shorter. If I don't, I could not say
Are
I
you
support.
really supportive?
Am I really supportive of Alan Shorter and his business? Soul Fire Cola. Can I say that? Okay, cash without support without cash is counterfeit.
Right.
Yeah.
And for me in business, I mean, there is always that, especially if the person is marketing something that you can afford to buy. Like if you all of a sudden open a Bentley dealership, I might not be able to support you with cash. However, I can support you with time, and then I can tell other people about your dealership. I can post, I can tell, I can I can do all of the other. I can do because my
Other
thing is you either
intangibles.
support with. And to me, when you're talking about business, there's only two ways to support. There's cash or time. And time could be, if it's a nonprofit, maybe you go to their events. Maybe you volunteer some of your time. Or maybe you just donate cash.
Right.
And to me, it's the same in traditional business. You're either going to buy one of the products if you say you support them. And if you don't support them, that's fine. Just don't say you support them. Keep that same energy. PLAYA.
Keep that same energy.
So, or you can make posts and say, "Hey, listen, a friend of mine's got this, blah 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 blah." Because again, if I know a real estate agent, unless I'm involved in investing in properties, I already have a house. They can't sell me another house because I ain't moving out of this one. So I can only tell other people, "Hey, if you're looking for a house, definitely make sure you use so and so." And to me, that part is still support because maybe I can't buy from you either in this moment or I can't buy from you at all because you may like. So I mean, if you sold, well, I don't know. I don't know what you could sell that I couldn't buy.
Right, but for the most part, if people do the little things, like you
Right.
said, sharing and promoting,
And it takes nothing.
it
takes
doesn't
time.
take anything.
Takes a
Word of
few
mouth,
minutes.
social media platforms.
Takes a
sharing
few
on
minutes.
Facebook and other Twitter and TikTok and other stuff, that doesn't hurt to show that kind of support. It takes little effort.
Right, and everybody that I know that has a business, I do try to buy, or I do try to, like if I know they have a nonprofit, I do try to donate, because I know people that have candle companies. I know more than one person that has like natural skincare stuff. So, and I may not buy
Nonprofit
more than one.
organizations.
Nonprofit organizations like Oh Lord out there in these streets, mentoring these young youth, so that they don't make the same mistakes their parents might have made.
Or I made.
Oh Lord.
Or Zoe made. gun clapping number 3 over here.
Hey, yo, you and your man's getting it. Pop, 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 pop.
I don't know what that was, but okay.
Bang, bang, pop.
So but that so there. I mean, to me, when you're talking about business, there's only really two ways to support. I know the president of NSU said, if without support without cash is counterfeit, but I can understand that in a fundraising campaign. But that's just like, our hope is that should we have children that they would want to go to NSU, and that for us would be another way to support NSU with our cash, because we got to pay for them to go there, or somebody does. But if they want to go to college, if they don't want to go to college, that's fine too, though.
So we talked about the business side, family side. So as far as family, I'm just putting out there that not only on the financial side, I want to tap into the emotional side too, because with family, you do all you can for them, but sometimes they just need that shoulder, or they need that push of confidence or support. So shout out to those family members out there that I do support, and if I don't support you, you know why.
Keep that same energy.
Boy, he said, you know why? I said, no, you why.
I
mean, all right. So
I'm very particular when it comes to that.
So, right now, my thing is, and this is real. My thing is, how can you expect support from me if you don't ever deal with me?
That on the family side, I understand what you're saying.
That for me is the big thing when dealing with family. I try to put myself in. I'm talking about like even cousins and stuff, extended family. I try to go to their birthday parties and other things where it's not a business level type of atmosphere. I try to interact with you anyway.
Yeah.
So when you do have a business or you do go to try to achieve something, I don't have a problem supporting you. But if you're one of those people that do not deal with me. You don't call. You don't come to the house. I don't come to your house. You don't do. I'm sorry. It's hard to support you.
Yeah.
Because there's no relationship.
Emotional tie or anything.
There's nothing there.
Right.
Now, I understand some people say, well, that's blood. Okay. That only goes so far with me.
Listen.
Because you got to keep that same energy. If you don't, how hard is it? And I'm telling you what I do. Every so often, I'll go through my whole contact list, especially with my family, and just send them a little message. Hey, I love you. I hope everything's okay. How hard is that to keep up with your family?
It shouldn't be hard.
It shouldn't be hard.
It shouldn't be. But
it is for some.
There are factors that will alter what that should be.
Yeah, right. I understand that.
Bars.
I understand that. But at the same time, would you expect that should be to be supportive at that time?
I'll tell you what, in regards of family support, there are very few that I can name on one hand. I can name on one hand as far as family that I support outside of my immediate family that I'm like in the house of and I'm over. And that's one. Out of all and everybody. Well, no, there's maybe one or two.
1.5.
Anyway, I can count them on one hand. If they needed support, then I would try to help out, whether it's an event they're doing, financially, a birthday. But I can't if I don't really communicate with you, like you said, throughout time, then there's a disconnect that I have where I feel as if, well, I don't need to do anything.
Hold on,
and
man.
let me
get this off my chest.
Go ahead. I'll say this and I'll let it go. And there's other people that I have supported, and it became a problem. And now I've been through it. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I know you for who you are now. I know your true colors. I can't rock with you.
Okay.
Don't come over here.
Okay. So,
bing bong.
Bing bong. All right. So, let me ask you this: If my son Caleb, he plays in the band, he plays in the Norfolk State Band,
okay,
or high school, whatever, right?
Okay.
And if me as a father,
yeah,
for those 8 years, if I never go to any of his band concerts or games, am I supportive of him? No. Now let me back up. Maybe I'll go to a symphony. What do you call it? A symphonic band? I go to 2 of those or something like that in that environment.
Within a time frame of 7 years?
Yeah, I'll go 3 of those. I'll go to that, but I won't go to anything else. Is that an okay level of support?
If that's all I can do, because I'm a very busy person, or I got work, and then there's a confliction in time and schedule. How? So you want me to quit my job so I can come to every single one?
No, but I'm just saying, is that a sufficient level of support to where I say that's support, or am I at that point where that's all I can do? That's my level of support. Would I expect Caleb to do the same for me and expect the same level of support? See what I'm saying? So, if I played basketball, right? I coach. If Caleb didn't come to my game, would I be upset?
Would you?
But that's what I'm saying.
See, the
that
problem
level
is
of support
is so complex that you need to have a conversation, because, like, so when I was in the band, because for those that didn't know, I was in the band in high school and college. No, we ain't sound nothing like that. You know.
Okay, let's move on.
Nothing like that. But
Norfolk State. The Spartan Legion.
The Spartan Legion.
Go ahead.
So, like, most of the time, if it was marching band time, I wouldn't know that you were there. Like, I wouldn't even know that you were in the stadium, because it wasn't like, and my mother was at the games, but I didn't necessarily, and I knew she was there, but I couldn't find her. You know, and she didn't. Now, me being me and having been in the band, what I would have done was I probably would have, because you can, and because people would know who I was anyway. I would come to the band room and make sure you knew I was there before and probably after. And if my son or daughter played percussion, then you definitely, because you know MD Block, $1 Million Funk Squad, which is a percussion section, they usually have a small mini performance after the games type thing, and so I would be there because you're definitely gonna see me then, right? But my thing is, if I'm supporting you, I want you to know that I am here. I'm supporting you, not for my benefit, but because I want to make sure that you know that whatever you do, I'm gonna be there. And if you don't know that I'm there, how do you know that? Like if I'm that parent that's like, you at the child's play, but you so far
in the back,
because you got there late and whatever. Now listen, if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. But I know in my case, that's not all I can do. And I read a book one time by a guy named Art Williams. He was talking about it in relation to business, but he said all you can do is all you can do, but all you can do is enough. And that is really what it was about. It was about doing everything that you could do and not leaving anything out. So but I think in terms of band, because even players that whose kids are in the NBA or whatever, I mean, they can't make it to every game. That's 82 games. Right? And so if they decided to do that one year, they probably could. But you got to put a lot of other stuff on hold in order to do that.
But with that, would you expect the same level of support?
I don't
from
expect it.
A loved one, child, or so forth and so on. Would you expect the same energy and the same level of support you shown reciprocated?
I would. So here's the thing. To me, it depends on the event. Like if you invited me to a cookout and I came, I would then expect if I invite you to a cookout, you would come. So that, but if you're saying, hey, I don't know that I would expect you to be at all of my basketball games because I'm not playing. If I'm coaching, I'm not playing. I would expect those kids' parents to be at the basketball games. Now I might come to one or two because I'm like, let me see if this old man even know what he's doing.
Right. Just as
I'm gonna come I'm gonna come and see, but I'm not gonna be there every game.
So let's use birthdays. All right, birthday or cookout. I invite you to the house for the cookout.
Right.
I invite you over for a birthday. You don't show. Would you expect the same in return, or would you expect something different? So,
this is where I'm probably going to be judged. because I'm also somewhat petty. Because
petty LaBelle, come on, I'm listening.
Listen. Sometimes I'm the pilot of the pettycopter, man. Because if I invite you, or what was it? So you came, and so you expected them to come, right? I'm still gonna go, but I'm gonna go so that I can show you I'm better than you.
That's better. Hit them in the head.
Like that, I'm a bigger person than you are, because I'm willing to. Now, that's only gonna happen once.
That's better.
And then I ain't coming after that. But that's only going. I'm gonna come to that next one to show you that my level of support for you is different than your level of support for me.
That's real.
And then I'm done.
That's real. I get it. That's messed
up. But listen, I know it's a problem I have. I don't think I need to solve it though.
I get it. That's true.
It works for me.
It works.
So I'm gonna come, because then it's gonna be like, oh, well, they showed up here and I ain't never showed up for them. You're right. Do.
So with that being said, the problem for me is that I don't expect the support. So I'm not looking
I can see that
for nothing because in coming up and being raised, I didn't want it because it's real. So
like, why arm so big, man? I be trying too, man.
Anyway, you got it. That's the first one's free. Hope you watch the video.
Register.
So
it ain't recorded.
Oh damn.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh damn. Anyway, damn it. So with that being said, there's some support that I don't want in regards of people being supportive, because people want to support you the way they want to support you, and that's fine. However, all support is not good support. There, I said it. It's out the bag, because there's some toxic people out here that don't expect you to do anything with your life. So now, or now that you've changed, they want support, but they don't know how to support you. And again, we said that we need to communicate that.
Right.
But when you know somebody and you've been around somebody so long, you know how they are. I don't need it. Because if you're going to support me now and then down the road, you be like, you remember I did this? You remember I did that?
Oh, man, that ain't support. That ain't real support to me.
That's right. That's why I say all support, because people think they're supporting.
I don't do
but and the perspective is altered. It's
different. I'm doing this to get something.
Exactly.
I'm doing this to get something from you.
Right.
I'm one of them people that the minute you do that to me, I'm gonna let you know about it. This is sad and it's real, but I had a lady that used to babysit me when I was a kid, and she tried to use that as a
ammunition.
Yeah, to get me to do something for her. I was like, I don't care about you babysitting me. I ain't want you to do as a babysitter.
I'm not a boy. I am a man.
no, I told her real. I'm like, hey, that ain't had nothing to do with me. You want my option?
You're right. I didn't have a choice in that.
And she took it the way I said it, and maybe I could have said it a little nicer, but. The point is,
what you got to do with me?
You doing something for me as a child is not you doing something for me as an adult,
right?
But in the aspect of support, my thing is now, I am willing to support. I do enjoy supporting. My thing is, it sometimes is with the expectation of if I'm supporting you. All I expect or would like is the same support.
That's tick for tat to me.
And it is because I can use my energy somewhere else. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, protect your energy, man, at all costs, man.
Protect your energy.
Because if you want me to, if you want me to be your cheerleader and you want me to promote you.
But see, that's a category that you put people in, though.
I do, but I don't mind extending the same thing.
Well, then do it.
Right.
But you can't get mad about it.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. But some people think because you hold a certain role in their life, that you should do it no matter what.
So what you're saying? People feel entitled sometimes.
You should because X, Y, Z.
Nope.
That sounds like entitlement to me. And that's not so. That again, I told you, everybody don't know how to support other people.
And right, like you said, the best thing anybody listening should take from this. If you don't communicate expectation, if you don't communicate your definition of support and how you can support others, then the people don't know. Nobody's a mind reader. So you need to communicate what your definition of support is. Even to your spouse, friends, loved ones, I don't care who it is. You should communicate what it looks like or your expectation of support that you need, because the ones that are true and the ones that love you will fulfill that need.
That sounds like a closing thought to me.
It is.
Kill the meal. There it is. So, I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point, man. In regards to support, I'm just on the perspective of I don't expect support, but when I get it, I'm appreciative. And I'm humbled, and I'm thankful for it. But I do also have the perspective there of I don't need the support from those who are not supporting to support me, but to use it to make themselves look better for whatever reason. So you can keep it. I'm good. That's all I got.
All right, well.
That is it. Calvin has spoken.
All I got is.
Hey, yo, y'all got any? I ain't gonna do that. I'm just joking.
Keep that same energy. PLAYA.
Keep that same energy.
Hey, if you
PLAYA.
support the podcast, yes, let us know. I'm one of the people big on words. Let us
Matter
know
of
about
fact.
the episode. But you can like, you can share, you can go on YouTube, Facebook.
Guess what else you can do? You can support it with cash. Because we got a donation link right there on the podcast every single week.
Do it?
We got a donation link.
Send me the donation link.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Where do I find it?
Right there in the text underneath the podcast.
So all
donation
Did we put it on
platforms,
Facebook or anything yet?
all platforms have this donation link. Apple, Google, all this.
It's a donation link for the podcast service that we use.
Yeah.
So they donate through there, and then that donation can come to help us get
we
new
need-
equipment
we need to-
and whatnot, new tables, chairs,
Get
chairs.
fans
Send that,
don't
send that,
hum
send that
and
out.
buzz.
Send that out. Send it out. Send it out.
Yeah.
So I can send it out.
Yeah.
I like it.
So you can like, share, and subscribe, and you can also donate. And once we get big enough on YouTube, you can donate directly on YouTube. So
Facts.
factual,
Hey,
actual.
man, we
factual.
appreciate y'all, man. We love you. Thanks for riding with us, man. You know what I mean?
We'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.